Hey everyone, this is Daniel with fitnessblender.com, and today we're going to be doing an upper body strength training routine with a little bit of an extra upper body burnout. So we're going to be going through and doing some traditional strength training exercises using dumbbells, and then at the end we're going to go through a really short but very intense muscle burnout just to really hit those muscles one more time and make sure they are completely toasted. So we have a warm-up and a cool down included with this, so you don't need to add those in on your own. All you need is to get yourself set up with your dumbbells, and then we'll get that warm-up started here in just a second. All right, let's go ahead and get our warm-up done. We're going to do just a few different exercises just to get all those muscles and those joints, that upper body warmed up. And we're going to be doing each one of these for roughly about 15 seconds. So let me go ahead and get my timer started. We're going to start off with just a regular arm circle, so nothing real fancy. So arms out to your sides, start out really nice and small, pushing forward. Start working that circle just a little bit bigger. Really nice and big. Get it all the way around, full range of motion. And let it relax. Next one's rotator cuff. You're going to have those elbows down by your sides. Wrap your arms around your body and then open your arms up as wide as you can, rotating those shoulders back. Just nice and slow in. Slow out, tight squeeze the back. Do a rotator cuff to the side, so arms straight out to the sides. You're going to tip your hands down. Rotate it up, just really warm up that shoulder. Squeeze them back as far as you can and pull them under as far as you can. Same position, but you're going to bring them in front, so right in front of that chest. Arms come down, fold them in as much as you can, and then rock them out. Just make sure you're kind of alternating where that arm is, or those forearms, so one's in front each time. Let it relax. We're going to an arm swing plus a step. So off, back to your side. We'll get our rotation down here in just a second. Just nice and slow. Step back and forth. Standing torso twist is next. So rotate to the left. Come in, bring that knee up, and then same thing off to the other side. Just get a little extra pull to that torso. Overhead push-pulls are next, so hands come up to your side like you're doing a shoulder press. Press them straight up as hard as you possibly can, then pull them back down. Really work against yourself. So get those muscles up to that shoulder, woken up. We're going to do a push-pull with a squat, so straight forward, press out, pull in as you come back up, press out, squatting down, pull in as you come back up, really working against yourself the entire time. Moving into a jumping jack, so just nice quick motion. Start out relatively slow, so this is a warm up, and start speeding up as you feel more and more comfortable with it. Go into a boxer shuffle, just get those feet moving. Keep those feet moving. We're almost done here with this warm up, and we're gonna move in to those upper body exercises here in just a second. So just keep those feet moving, barely letting those toes touch before you're right back up again. Just keep those lungs open. We'll be right back to start into that routine. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get started with our mass building or strength training portion of this. I'm gonna be doing 10 repetitions, so that's gonna be a little bit more on the mass building side. If you wanna be strength training, lean a little bit more on repetitions, so do another extra couple repetitions. So, starting off with chest fly and bent over reverse fly. They're going to be our first two exercises. We're doing an AB, just back and forth until we have 3 sets of each done. I'm going to be starting off with 20 pounds for my chest fly, and go ahead and pick out whatever weight is appropriate for you. So, if you have a bench handy, go ahead and lay down flat on your back on that bench. If you don't have a bench, you can lay flat on the ground. You'll just have a slightly less range of motion. So, arms directly above your chest. Slight bend in your elbow, nice and slow out to the sides. As low as is comfortable, and then nice and slow right back up over top of your chest. Don't let those weights hit. Slowly back down again. Keep that motion slow and under control. You're not trying to do a really quick motion. You're trying to get a full range, constant speed all the way through. It's about halfway right there if you're doing 10. Keep your lungs open, lower back pressed against that bench, that floor. Just Couple more to go. Last one. And go ahead and sit back up. Swap that weight out. We're going to be doing that reverse lunge next. So I'm going to drop it down to 10 pounds each. This reverse lunge is a really hard one for me. It's a typically hard exercise anyway. Or sorry, reverse fly. So nice flat back. You're going to tip over like you're doing a lunge. And then nice and slow, pull those arms up and out to the side. So slowly down, then up and out to the side as high as you can go. Keep that back flat, keep those lungs open. It's halfway. Two more. Last one. And let it relax. Go and stand back up. Go right back in to that chest fly. Back up to 20 pounds for me. Sit back down, flat on your back, and right above that chest, and start right back in. Nice and slow, down and out to the side. Right back up. Keep those lungs open. Back down against that mat. Slight bend in that elbow. It's halfway right there. Just keep it going, nice and slow, under control. Got about 3 left. Two more. Last one. Nice, slow, controlled motion. And let it relax. Sit up. Go and swap those weights out nice and quick. We're doing a superset style, so no rest in between. All right, so right back in. That bent over reverse fly. So nice flat back. Hands right underneath those shoulders. Slight bend in that elbow. Pull them up and out to the side. Nice and slow down. Really concentrate on a nice flat back. You have a tendency to try to pull those arms up and out to the side really quick. Try to keep it as slow and under control as you can. We have just one more exercise or one more repetition. And let that relax. All right, that's 2 sets down. We have one more of each. Going back to 20. Drop right back down again. That last set of the reverse fly. Arms straight up over top of that chest. Flat back, nice and slow. Drop them off to the side. Right back up. Now if you do a pretty hefty warm-up with this, if you did like a little bit of a cardio warm-up before you start into this routine, then you can actually keep your heart rate elevated with a superset workout. You can actually turn this into an extended cardio workout. Just keep it going. 3 more to go. Two left. Last one. And slowly up. All right, let's do our last set of our bent over reverse fly. All right, again, nice flat back, tip straight forward, hands underneath those shoulders. Slight bend in that elbow, pull them up and out to the side. Slowly back down. It's halfway. Just keep that back flat. Two more. And let it relax. All right, set those dumbbells down for just a second. We're gonna give you a short little break here before we move into that next group. So we're doing two different exercises now. We're doing a lateral raise, so arms coming up and out to the side, and we're gonna be doing a pullover, so shoulder and lats. So for lateral raise, I'm using 15 pounds. Use whatever you feel is comfortable. Let's go ahead and get it started. So select that weight. Probably gonna have to drop weight halfway through on this one. These lateral raises are pretty difficult. So you can either do palms down or palms up. Just keep that back nice and flat and very slowly up and out to the side, at least shoulder height. Slowly back down. Try to keep those arms straight out from one another. Try to let them start tipping forward. As you get tired, they're definitely gonna wanna start drifting in front of your body. That's 8 right there. We got 2 more to go. Last one. And let it relax. All right, set that down. Go ahead and adjust your weight for that pullover. This is going to be laying flat on your back. I'm going to go a little heavier on this one. So, sitting down again, lay flat down on your back. Again, starting with those dumbbells directly over top of your head. You can either keep those palms facing in or palms facing down towards those toes, whichever feels more comfortable. Just change it from time to time. You're nice and slow. Drop your hands straight over top of your head as far as you can control. And then nice and slow, pull them right back up, pausing above that shoulder joint. This is actually one of the only exercises that still hits those lat muscles other than just doing something like a pull-up motion. So this is one of the few dumbbell exercises that'll target those muscles. Halfway through. Keep it slow and under control. As much range of motion as you can control on it. Two more. Last one. And let it relax. All right. All right, so those are both pretty difficult. I think I have to drop weight on both of those. Let's try to move right back into it as quick as we can. So right back in to that lateral raise. Palms facing down towards your sides, sitting up nice and straight and tall. Deep breath in and start them up. Straight up out to the side. Keep that spine neutral. Try not to arch back or lean forward. Which is as high as you can get them. If you're doing this with your palms facing forward, you should be able to get all the way over top of your head. Palm facing down is a slightly different range on that shoulder. So you're not going to be able to get as much range of motion out of it. 6 right there, we got 4 more to go. Two more. Last one. And let it relax. All right, back to that pullover. I'm gonna drop the weight on this one as well. So I was doing 20, I'm gonna drop to 15 this time. Those muscles are starting to get tired. You always want to sacrifice the amount of weight you lift for keeping clean form. So you're gonna lay it flat on your back, hands straight up above your head. Nice and slow. Drop those hands over top of your head as far as is comfortable. Right back up. Keep that back flat against that mat or that ground, that bench. With this one, you have a tendency to want to let that lower back or those hips even lift off that bench or that mat to give a little extra range of motion rather than having to make that shoulder stretch. Try to keep it flat. Keep those lungs open. Don't hold your breath. It's halfway right there. Two more. That last one. And let it relax. All right. We got one more set of each of those. Right back to them. Keep that heart rate up there really nice and high. Flat back. Slowly pull those arms up and out to the sides. Just keep those lungs open. Really focus on that range of motion. Focus on that form. Got 4 more to go. Two more. Last one. And let it relax. All right, that was our last set of those. We have one more set of the pullovers. Again, lay flat down on your back. Hands straight up over top of those shoulders. Nice and slow. Drop them out over your head. As far down as is comfortable without letting that lower back lift. Right back up. Nice, slow, controlled motion. Halfway. Just 2 more. Keep those lungs open. Don't hold your breath. Last one. And let it relax. Whew. All right, drop those dumbbells. We're gonna take a real quick break, grab a drink of water. We'll be back to finish that last group and hit that burnout. All right, let's go ahead and get that last group finished up. We have just 2 more exercises of the regular workout to go through, and then we have that burnout round. So our next 2 exercises are going to be a tricep extension. We're doing this with 1 dumbbell, and we're going to be doing a bicep curl. So tricep extension first, 1 dumbbell at a time. So I'm using a little extra weight on this one. So if you have just a traditional dumbbell, you're going to kind of lace your hands over top of that same one. For this one, I get to cheat a little bit, and I have actually 2 handles. So hands come straight up over top of your head. Nice and slow. You're going to drop that dumbbell back behind you. Keep that back neutral. Elbows squeezed in nice and tight. So drop it as low as you can. Then nice and slow, squeeze it right back up over top of your head. Like I said, keep that back neutral. You don't want to over arch your back. You don't want to lean too far forward or too far back. Just press it up. Try to keep that upper arm as stationary as possible. Just keep pushing through it. That's halfway right there. Keep those lungs open. Don't hold your breath. Two more. Ooh, that's already getting a little bit hard. I'm going to have to drop for that last one. And let it relax. All right, so that is our tricep extension. Now we're going to be doing a bicep curl. So drop your weight down for whatever you need for that. I'm going to try 25 pounds. We'll see how this works. This might be a big mistake. So go ahead and get set up, nice and straight back. Those palms facing forward. Keep those elbows directly underneath those shoulders. Nice and slow, curl that hand to shoulder. Nice and slow, right back down again. You want to keep that upper arm as stationary as possible. A lot of people have a tendency to let that elbow kick forward when they're doing curls, and all it does is let that bicep cheat. So you want to keep that bicep loaded the entire time. Just keep it going, nice slow controlled motions. There's 4 more to go. Lungs open, don't hold that breath. 2 more. And last one right there. Go ahead and let it relax. Drop those dumbbells down. I'm actually going to leave it right there. I'm going to drop my weight a little bit for that next round of that tricep extension. So let's go ahead and go right back into it. Nice flat back. Start with that dumbbell straight up over top of your head, elbows pulled in, bend those elbows, keep that upper arm straight up and down, press it right back up. Just concentrate on that form. Nice slow controlled motion. Never try to go too fast. Oh man, those muscles are already burning like crazy. That's halfway. Just 2 more. And let that one relax. Woo, that's a good burn. All right, drop that dumbbell. I'm going to do those bicep curls next. I'm going to drop that weight just a little bit. Starting to get a little sloppy towards the end on that last one. All right, nice flat back. Palms facing forward. Keep that elbow pulled back. Start them up. Don't swing that weight. Don't build momentum into it. You want a constant pull on that muscle the entire time through that entire range of motion. It's halfway. Keep them going. That's 8, 2 more to go. I have to drop again. And let it relax. That's your last one of those. All right, that is 2 sets of both of those. We have 1 more set of each. Let's see, we're going back to that overhead tricep extension. I'm going to try to get through this with 25 pounds. We'll see if those triceps give out on me here. For strength training though, for trying to build mass, that's exactly what you want. You want those muscles to be giving out in those last couple repetitions. So keep those elbows pulled in, nice and slow down, nice and slow, right back up. It's halfway. That's 8, 2 more to go. Just go to that happy place, get them done, nice and clean. Last one. And let it relax. Whew, man, that burns. All right, last round, that bicep curl. I'm gonna go ahead and drop weight on this one because I know there's no way I'm gonna be able to finish all the way. All right, so 15 pounds this time. Again, palms facing forward. Nice flat back. Get them done. Elbows pulled back. No cheating. That's 5 right there, halfway done. Two more to go. Nice clean form. Last one. And let it relax. All right. Let those arms rest for just a second. We've gotten all of the traditional exercises done. So this next round is gonna be our burnout. So we've got another 6 exercises to go through, but we're just doing 1 set of each, and it's a burnout. So that means you're just doing as many repetitions as you possibly can until those muscles just stop. So we're gonna put a cap on it, so around 20 is when I'm gonna stop. Otherwise, it might end up taking way too long. So if you can get to 20 on these, you're using too light a weight, or you're not doing a difficult enough version of it, so always make it harder the next time you come around. Okay, so our first one is going to be just a traditional push-up. So do it off your toes if you can, off of your knees if that those arms are just a little bit too dead. So arms out nice and wide. Trying to do as many as you can. That chest and those triceps should be toast, so you shouldn't be able to do too many of these. Nice full range of motion. Keep it going, as many as you can. Whew. All right, that is all of those. So next one is going to be a bent over wide row again. So instead of a fly, you're gonna be doing a close row motion. So you should be able to use a little bit more weight for this than you did with your fly, actually quite a bit more weight. So I'm gonna try to go for 30. Actually, yeah, we'll do it then. Punish myself a little bit more. So pretty much the same exact position overall. Flat back, bend over at those hips, as parallel to the ground as you can. Draw those dumbbells up to your sides. Nice slow draw. Keep those lungs open. One more. Woo! That burnout round is aptly named because if these things don't burn like crazy, you're not doing it right. All right, let me shake out for just a second. We've got an overhead shoulder press next. So pick whatever weight you think is appropriate for that one. I'm gonna try just 10 pounds. It shouldn't take too much. All right, as many as you can. Pop those weights to your shoulders, elbows out nice and wide. And very slowly press straight up over top of your head. Nice and slow, back out. Keep that spine neutral, that back flat. If you need to, contract those abs a little bit more to pull those hips underneath you. 10. I'm gonna try 2 more. Oh man. All right. Drop those weights for just a second. We're doing pullovers next. I moved my bench out of the way, so I'm gonna do these off the ground now. So I'm gonna use just 1 weight this time rather than 2. Basically, same thing, just try to get as many as you can done. Let's see, let me try. Yeah, we'll try 30 pounds. Okay. So laying down, flat on your back. Arms right up over top of your head. Nice and slow. Drop that dumbbell back behind your head. Try not to let it completely touch the ground. And right back up again. Stop right above that shoulder. Keep that back flat against that mat. Try not to pause and rest at the top. Try to keep those muscles loaded so they burn out a little bit faster. Just a few more through. Let's try 2 more. Last one. Oh man. All right, keep going if you can. Otherwise, we're done with that one. Set that weight down. All right, we just have 2 exercises left. We're gonna be doing a tricep dip next. So this one, just use body weight. If you have a chair or a bench to do it off of, I suggest doing that. You can get a little bit more range of motion off of it. I'm just gonna be doing this off the ground. So, I'm just gonna sit down on your tailbone. You turn those hands so those fingers are kind of facing back behind you. You can do them with those fingers facing towards you as well. Just whatever's more comfortable for that wrist. Bring those hips up. You're gonna drop down, right back up. So it's not a really big range of motion on this, but try to do as best you can. Let's a couple more. Those arms are dead. All right, we have 1 exercise left. We're gonna kill those biceps for that last one. So instead of doing a traditional bicep curl like we were doing last time, we're gonna do a hammer. So pick whatever weight you feel is appropriate for that. I'm gonna try using 20. We'll see how that treats me. All right, this is our last exercise. Really burn out those biceps. So hammer curls, those palms facing in towards those thighs. Flat back. Slowly pull those hands up, keep those elbows pulled back. Just keep them going. A couple more. And last one, nice and slow down. Ouch. Oh man. All right, let those arms and upper body relax for just a second. That was the end of the hard part. The only thing we have left to do is our cool down. So grab a drink of water real quick. We'll be back and do that. See you in just a second. All right, everybody, we're not quite done yet. We still have our cool down to go through, so let me go ahead and get my timer started, and we'll get that done. So our first one is going to be an overhead tricep extension, or overhead tricep stretch. So you can bring one hand up over the top of your head, reach down to that same arm as shoulder, and pull that elbow back across you as far as is comfortable. Should feel that stretch to the back of that tricep. If you lean a little bit, you might even get a little bit down into the side of that lat. So just hold it. Keep those lungs open. Just lean into that stretch as much as you need to get a little bit of a stretch. It doesn't have to be super intense. You just need a little tiny bit. And same thing on the other side. Bring that other arm up. Reach down towards that shoulder. Grab that elbow. And pull across. Again, just keep those lungs open. Slightly stretching into it. Constantly keeping attention on that stretch. If that arm starts to loosen a little bit on you, just pull a little bit more to get a little more stretch out of it. A few more seconds left. Let that one relax. You're going to bring that arm across in front of your chest, grab behind that elbow, and pull across nice and tight. Should feel it through the across that rhomboid, across that shoulder blade. A little bit up into the back of that shoulder. Just pull across, constantly keeping tension on it, trying to get that arm, that shoulder kind of fold over on top of that chest, keeping that arm as close to that chest as you can. Almost done. Same thing on the other side, so bring that other arm up. Again, grab behind that elbow, pull across. Try to get that shoulder to fold over, get that arm as close to that chest as you can. Just get a nice stretch across that upper back, right across that shoulder blade. Just keep those lungs open, just breathing normally. Just a few more seconds to go. And let that relax. We're doing a chest stretch next against the wall, so find an open piece of wall. Fingers facing back behind you. Press that palm flat down against that wall and turn away from that hand. If you want to get a little bit more of a stretch to your forearm, then kind of step back on that hand to that forearm to stretch a little bit more. You should feel it to the palm of that hand. That'll help a lot for those of you who have really, really tight tendons through that hand where you feel a little bit of tension while you're doing push-ups, that sort of thing. This stretch will help out with that a lot. And same thing on the other side. So hand back behind you, fingers facing back behind you. Rotate and step across. That hand should be just about shoulder height. Try not to put it too high or too low. Just turn that arm away to try to get that extra stretch to the front of that shoulder, front of that chest. All right, doing a shoulder chest stretch or a shoulder stretch and toe touch. So bring those hands back behind you. Pull those arms back, tip over forward. Let those arms slowly work their way down. Should feel a little bit of a pull underneath that shoulder, in the front of that shoulder. Switch just straight into a regular toe touch. So straight down towards the ground. Those hamstrings stretch out. Next one's going to be a cobra stretch, and we're going to drop down on the ground here in just a second. And go ahead and drop down, flat down on your stomach. Hands down by the base of your rib cage, and press up. Try to let that back stretch out as much as you can. Those abdominal muscles and that lower back get a lot of work when you're doing upper body stuff, even though it doesn't really seem like it. They have to constantly be contracting and controlling that upper body, making sure everything's nice and stable. It's always a good idea to stretch out those core muscles after a good upper body workout. And walk those knees in underneath you. We're going to do a child's pose or child stretch. Hands out away from you. Let that back go flat. Nice and slow. Draw those hands in. Press those hands into the ground and push those shoulders back towards those hips. Really around that back.
that back to stretch out.
All right, that was our last stretch. So make sure you get lots and lots of water in. Go get a little bit of a snack in to make sure you build up that carbohydrate again in your system. Other than that, this workout is complete. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.